Yeah, man.
Greg Jennings. All right, let's talk some Patriots. Is it at all possible that 40 is the new 40? Tom Brady struggled last night, guys, thrown for just 233 yards and 2 interceptions in a 27-20 loss to the Miami Dolphins, of all teams. The big stat that stuck out after this one, the Patriots failing to convert a third down the whole game. New England falls to 10-3, second place in the AFC. Here's Brady after a disappointing loss.
I don't think there's any magic, potion or anything to take to come down and win. We just didn't play good and got behind and tried to battle back and just couldn't do it. So it's just a bad night. I wish we played better, but we didn't, and we got to move on and try to play a lot better next week.
I'm going to tell you something. When you lose, you don't look like no male model. I mean...
I wanted to say that, but it sounds much better coming from you. I was like...
Hey, Tom Brady, like he had a rough night.
Did not look bad. Greg, what went wrong, you think, for the Patriots last night?
Everything went wrong. Everything went wrong. The Miami Dolphins, they out-physicaled the Patriots. They obviously outperformed the Patriots, but what I noticed was they got up in the game, and their D-line went to work. And if you know anything about the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots in their recent history, the Miami Dolphins get after Tom Brady.
Yeah, they match up well. Yeah,
they get after Tom Brady. They hit him a lot. And going down and playing at Hard Rock Stadium, it's been difficult for the New England Patriots. One thing I noticed yesterday was, for the first time in a long time, Tom Brady looked out of sorts. Even on the sideline, he looked like it's not happening today. Like, we all were waiting, because when you look at the Miami Dolphins stat line, it's nothing that glaringly stands out outside of their running game. Jay Cutler didn't have a phenomenal game. They played well. They were 4 of 14 on third down.
They weren't great.
They weren't great on third down.
Right.
There weren't anything that stood out drastically, other than the fact that they got after Tom Brady. They out-physicaled them from offense to defense, the running game. They sustained drives. Tom Brady just looked like, I don't have it today.
One thing that I have concern over was, and this is something we don't see from the Patriots, later in the week, last week, Tom Brady was apologizing to Josh McDaniel, the coach. Now, after every game, their coaching staff, their players, they always are, we're on to
the next game,
Miami. So on Thursday or Friday, this was on Tom Brady's mind. He thought that what he did, he didn't like the imagery of it. He didn't like the way people depicted him. And, for me, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but I'm not Tom Brady. I'm not one to criticize Tom Brady when he's on the sideline, because I could just imagine. I've been good friends with Michael Jordan and some other real mega stars, people who are friends with Tiger Woods. And these guys don't have an outlet like in life. That's why Michael Jordan gambles. That's why he plays golf, because he doesn't have an outlet where he can really express himself or be frustrated. The football field is the only place that Tom Brady can really let loose. That's the only place. He's a guy that lives in a glass house. So to me, he looked a little out of sorts, but he didn't, because of what he did last week. Now can he get upset? Because everyone's looking at him. Everyone's judgmental of him. Hey, man, Tom Brady's some different standard. So last night was a game to me where he should have been mad. And that's the kind of game you try to talk yourself into, Greg, to get in the game. Come on, let's make a play. Let's get one first down. That's all they needed was one third down conversion late in the game. Now, did that have an effect on Tom Brady in this game? Only Tom Brady will know that. But this is a different philosophy where they were talking about something that happened last week. They were talking about it late in the week going to Miami. Also, this is a place that they struggle. So this is the thing that I saw that was different. Yeah, we can look at the stats. We can look at the time of possession. But what's happened in the last 8 days in New England? Tom Brady got into an exchange with Josh Daniels on the sideline. 5 days after that or so, Tom Brady was apologizing publicly. And this is not something that they do. And I saw Tom Brady, who didn't have that trump card of emotion that he could go to in last night's game, that I believe being around superstars, he needs that. And I didn't see that last night.
Greg, I want to tell you a quick story real quick about one of the greatest players who ever played, Peyton Manning. In 2013, Peyton Manning had maybe the best season he's ever had. 55 touchdowns, a 115 quarterback rating. Looked to be on the top of his game. That was 2013. In 2014, he was awesome the first 3 quarters of the season. Last quarter of the season, 79 quarterback rating, 5 touchdowns, 6 picks, got hit a bunch, terrible playoff game. The next year, he was out of the league. He was benched for Brock Osweiler. They did win the Super Bowl, but he had on that season 9 touchdowns, 17 picks. That was within a 24-month span, greatest he's ever played. 12 months later, what's going on? Should we worry about Peyton? His year stats are good, but this last month, what's going on? Next year, Brock Osweiler's a better option. In 2016, Tom Brady was as good as we've ever seen him. 28 touchdowns, 2 picks, 112 rating. This year, started off awesome. Since it's turned to December, all of a sudden he's thrown 3 picks. He's getting hit a lot. It can change quick at this age when people don't see it coming, when you are that good. And last year, one thing Tom Brady had going for him is the suspension. Those 12 he didn't play a 16-game season last year. He played a 12-game season. And by the way, once the playoffs came around, he looked a little old against Houston. He looked bad in the Super Bowl until obviously he looked amazing in the Super Bowl. So it would not be what would be unprecedented would be Tom Brady not looking bad down the stretch as a 40-year-old. Not what I'm saying. So I just to put it out there, we have very recent history of someone in Tom Brady. Maybe no one's in Tom Brady's class.
No one is.
But the closest
no one is, even from a health standpoint. Because you did mention 2013, but you didn't mention 2011, 2012, where Peyton had all those neck surgeries.
It was 2012, he played healthy. 2011, he had all the neck surgeries. He was 2 years removed from it.
So Tom Brady is out the league after this year?
No. Peyton played another year, and then he was out of the league. I'm not saying he's out the league. What I'm saying is it can come quicker than we realize. And
it does come
within
quick.
A season. It came within the 2014 season for Peyton. He was amazing for 11 games, awful for the last 5.
How many times, Greg, did people get themselves into the situation where they said, you know what, this might be it? 2 bad games from Tom Brady. 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 2 years ago, the beginning of this season. Now, the guy has 1 or 2 bad games, puts together kind of a shaky stretch, and all of a sudden, this could be the beginning of the end. I can't buy it, Nick, until I actually see it.
Yeah,
and maybe you're right.
Tom Brady gonna be like Jerry Rice with me. Jerry Rice went to Oakland. Jerry Rice had dreadlocks. I was like, Jerry Rice still cool with me. That's the greatest receiver ever. Jerry Rice had lost the step. Man, he can still play.
Yep.
Didn't care. Change uniforms. I didn't care. Tom Brady can play as long as he wants with me because he is the GOAT.
I agree 100% until I see with my own eyes that he does not have it anymore. He has it.
For more than 1 game.
Last night, were your eyes closed?
No, my eyes were wide open. But that wasn't just Tom Brady.
That
wasn't just Tom
Brady.
And that's the thing that we all do. It's when they win, it's all Tom Brady, and he looks great, and he can win without Gronk, and he can win without Amendola, and he can win without all these guys, and blah, blah.
He was averaging 300 yards a game, NFL leading going into the game.
He was.
So,
but when they lose, I mean, we saw a Miami team that beat a New England Patriots team.
You can't talk about Peyton Manning and just eliminate how many neck surgeries he had. Like, you can't act like they're the same
But
thing.
he played the best he's ever played post neck surgery.
I understand, but we did not know if the nerves in his neck were going to regenerate. We did not know if he was going to get full filling in his hand. Obviously, it ended very quickly for him. But you can't talk about his career and omit the surgeries, though. Like, nothing happened. He woke up one morning.
I think people know about the surgeries. I wasn't trying to mislead the audience. Like, people know Peyton had the surgeries when he was in Denver.
I think that we should inform people of the number of surgeries that he went through on his neck, and he's also got a big head too. So,
Greg Jennings, thank you so much.
Good to see you, brother.
Great to have you here. Coming up, did Tom Brady just lose his shot at the MVP award?
Cece, the problem wasn't Jerry's